Returnee.
Okay, definitely not take number 5 or anything, definitely first take. Welcome back everyone, it's time for a new poll. Just as a reminder, this will be a Patreon only poll behind a $1 paywall. It's, there only as a slight annoyance to make creating alt accounts to rig the voting that much harder. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But okay, let's get into it. I guess I'll just read it straight from the poll description to make it easier. So yeah, for now, this will be the last new slot to be added to the channel, except for the highest tier Patreon slots. Some returning games and some new ones. I tried to make it somewhat balanced by throwing in games that I don't think would insta-sweep, but of course this means leaving out stuff like Persona, which I think would just have insta-won if insta-won the poll if it were here. But don't worry, I have seen all the comments and wants of people and all the recommendations, so if there is a demand for a game, it will appear in a later poll. Okay, so this poll will run from Monday to Friday, and the winner of the poll will start coming out sometime during the latter half of August, either on the 19th or the 26th of August, I believe. Okay. I guess first let's start with some returning games. First is Disco Elysium. Same deal as before, no idea at all what this game's about, but people seem to like it. I think I've seen an image of some guy with either a beard or mustache or sideburns or a combination of them all. I'm not really sure. People wanted it back, so here it is again. Next off is another returnee, which, to be fair, did not get any attention last time. So this is just me shoehorning it into the poll just because, deal with it. It's my choice. It's the one and only Touhou Project. I know how many of the characters look. The porn is everywhere. I've seen some bullet hell gameplay, and I don't know. It just looks really fun and challenging, and it's a fandom that I've wanted to get in for such a long time, but never really just had the chance to. Yeah. Also, I've heard that the music is like banging, so like hype. I think as a kid, like 20 years ago, I might have played one of the games somewhere, but I really don't remember any of it besides just dodging some bullets. Yeah, I just have a vague memory of something like that happening. Okay, and then on to our third and final returnee. It is Crosscode. Once again, all I know is that it's a short one and a done deal. Like, no idea at all what the genre is. I haven't seen any promo art or anything really. All I know is that, someone asked for it and here it is again, That's pretty much it. And then to our last two games, which are both new entries altogether. The fourth game on the poll is truly something out of the left field. It's Resonance of Fate or End of Eternity. I think I was told that it's called by different names depending on countries, or maybe it's just Japan, which calls it by the End of Eternity, I'm not sure. Yes, supposedly it's, a simple one and done JRPG. It was described to me as a very niche JRPG with a bonkers battle system that make it a peak love or hate case for many, which, I mean, I'm obviously gonna include that. Yeah, so I had no idea. JRPG, only one game, curious, yeah. And then finally we have a pretty long one, which I think requires a bit of yapping, so if you'll excuse me. It is the Atelier franchise. Atelier? And I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll learn eventually. So for those who are only here to see the poll stuff, you can leave now. For the rest of the video is just me yapping about the channel and I guess about Atelier a bit. Atelier? Not sure. Maybe I should have looked how to pronounce it before recording, but whatever. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so the Atelier franchise is actually something that I was supposed to start my channel with alongside Umineko and Faith. However, a friend of mine gifted me a different JRPG, so we started Trails franchise instead. So the the deal with Atelier is that some years back, I actually tried it for a little bit. I've played like part of the tutorial or something for Atelier Rorona. I think I got about 2 hours in, not sure. All I remember from the game is really how the core game loop works. You go hunt for materials and fight monsters with a party or by yourself, I guess, in the beginning. Then get back, brew some stuff in your atelier, and give the ordered things to the king or whoever is the client, I don't know. But beyond that, I don't remember almost anything. I think you can also change outfits in the game, if I remember correctly. So basically all the knowledge about the game I have is entry-level premise stuff. I would be willing to start from the very beginning of the franchise and work my way through the games in release order, if that is possible, if the games are still available. But if that doesn't matter too much, I think I'm also fine with starting with the game I previously tried out, Rorona, and work my way through that trilogy, or the trilogy Rorona belongs to, and then move to something else in the franchise. Cool? Cool. Yeah, okay, that should be all the stuff about the poll. Let's talk about some updates, I guess. As some of you might know, I've been sick for the past week or so there have been some delays, and the delays will still continue for the rest of this week for the games that I hadn't, you know, gotten the chance to pre-record that much. Trails, Umineko, Final Fantasy, Fate, Nier, and Fata Morgana. So all of those might still delay a bit. I'm not sure. I'm mostly recovered by this point, and I think I will give recording a shot tomorrow to see how my throat handles it. I'm like feeling 75% confident I can do some recording. We are gonna catch up in the order I missed things, so you can expect some out of order uploads for the next week or so. Apart from the stuff I still have some videos in reserve for, like Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, and Dark Souls, the upload schedule should look something like Fata Morgana, Trails, Umineko, Final Fantasy, Fate, Nier, and then repeat Fata Morgana, Trails, Umineko, Final Fantasy, Fate, and Nier. Yeah, so those might just pop up any day until I get caught up, you know? And now finally, I guess some channel updates, behind the scenes, tech updates, I don't know. Like I mentioned before, this is the last new slot for the channel for a while, unless someone becomes a part of the highest tier, in which case they can just add a new slot. There's currently 2 slots available, but it will eventually increase up to 5. I think 5 is the number I'm comfortable with having people signing up for. We're slowly getting through the summer and into fall, which means we're getting closer and closer to the liberation from the fucking construction workers who wake me up with drilling noises every day at 7 AM. Like, holy shit, that's been so annoying. Oh, you guys have no idea. Luckily their work should conclude at the very latest sometime in November. Hopefully this month, I don't know, but might go up until November. So that, at the end of November, is like when I can finally increase my video output I'm currently being limited by recording hours because I can only record between 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. if I have free time during that time period, of course. 4 p.m. which is when the workers stop for the day, and 11 p.m. is when my apartment building has a general silence rule, so everyone can sleep, you know? And once the workers stop, assuming I'm not working, this is talking past November, I can record from, you know, morning till night, so that's gonna be hype. I eventually want to aim towards a situation where I'm recording on average like 2 to 3 videos per day, and, you know, 3 to 5 videos on Sundays. This means that all games would get a double upload or a bit more every week, and I can finally start making progress in the games at a reasonable pace. I feel like I'm a bit limited in that sense right now, and I think the ideal pace would be like recording twice a week. Yeah. My working hours are currently from 11 p.m. Wait, no, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. But they might soon change to 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So my ideal schedule would look like something like 5 hours of working, 3 to 5 hours of recording, and 6 hours of free time for, you know, life and other stuff. And then, of course, 8 hours of sleep. That would be the ideal scenario. We'll see how well we can get there. This will mean that I still have a solid, you know, 6 hours of time to record more per day if I really feel like it, or if I get a new Patreon for the highest tier. But otherwise, I think that is a pretty reasonable schedule, considering YouTube is, you know, not supposed to be a full-time job or anything, just a fun hobby. And I'm devoting quite a bit of time to it even right now. But, you know, I'm having fun, so it's all good. And finally, I'm kinda, I guess, proud to announce that I'm getting 2 tech piece upgrades soon. Or, well, I already got one of them, and will get the other one in next month. I got myself more storage space, a new 4 terabyte HDD, so now I can record much more freely, and not worry about crunching space everywhere. And when I get my next pay, with the help of the Patreon money, I'm going to be able to buy a PlayStation 5. So there is a chance for some PlayStation-only games to appear in future polls, if people really want that. I know at least one game that will come from PS5. It's one of the Souls games. Not sure which one. Although I think I also would need to buy Elgato or some other device for capture card. I don't know what it is, to record. So I might need an additional month or 2 to save up for that. Anyways, I don't know. I think the future of the channel is looking pretty hype. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, unless I forgot about something, which I probably did. It's always going to be like that, so I don't know. Maybe there's a pinned comment if I forgot something. Cool. Anyways, I think this is pretty much it. Yeah, happy voting, I guess. The poll lasts for 5 days. Cool. See ya.